Horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What's up, Greg and Greg? What's up, brother?
How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Let me get this daggone video out of here. There we go. What's going on, man?
I'm all right, man. Happy Monday to you.
You too. Hey, that's a nice little video you put together there, man. Kind of taking me down memory lane of some of the photos, man. Old school style.
Yeah, it's a bunch of collection. We're gonna. That's why I asked you before, for some pictures. So we're gonna really spice it up some more. We're gonna add some voice and things like that. So we're gonna expand it some more. But hopefully, somebody's going to win our contest and hopefully submit a nice little theme song that we
right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. A theme song. Also looking for a logo for the show, a new logo for the show. So looking forward to see what our listeners and our viewers come up with, if they're talented or if they just happen to maybe reach out to somebody on Fiverr and say, hey, these guys need a new logo and I want to be the winner. And, that's another way to do it. We don't mind if you do it that way. But just a cool logo to represent the show in the queue. And like you said, also a theme song. It's nothing, there's not too much cooler than having something. Andrew says, I got you. All right, Andrew, he says he's going to take good care of us on this, but I think there's nothing cooler, Greg, than having, our listeners and our viewers participate and to be able to have a theme song for the show and a logo for the show that we can say was made by one of the people or more than one of the people that are, a part of the show.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Oh, what a great idea. And the thing is, too, I want everybody to know, especially those listening to the podcast after the fact, whether it's on, Apple or Google or Spotify or wherever, we're going to give it a little bit of time. So it's not going to be something instantaneous. Right. So this way, those listening after the fact, because we got a nice, small little viewing for the live show here and there, and it grows. But boy, our podcast analytics seem to be, going through the roof, and I'm excited about that. So all the after listens it's really great. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And the good news is that we're not in any hurry to get it done. So at the end of the day, if it takes some time to get it delivered to us, then that's okay too. Natural Aura checking in. Good evening, guys. Love the slideshow photos. Some from DJ Expo 2019 was the last time I enjoyed meeting up with fellow DJs. You're not kidding, man. But hey, fingers crossed we might be able to start doing that again real soon.
Yeah. What did they say? 10% have gotten their first shot. So
yeah, it's getting
that's the news I hear. And look, the numbers are going down. And I talk to people, daily about this. Everybody's still worried. They say, oh, things are looking bleak. Not necessarily. You take the negatives, you turn them into positives. We're coming up. I think it was like a month and so many days. We're going to be in this a year. I think
close.
Yeah, I measured it as, because it was a big weekend for the clubs, with St. Patrick's Day. And I think it was St. Patrick's Day. We went out Friday night. We did the club, but Saturday they closed it. That was it. Yeah. And I said, wow, this has got to be serious for, them to close down St. Patrick's Day in the city. And especially, one of the big nightclubs that I worked at. So, yeah. But anyway, things are changing. And it's going to come back gangbusters. It's going to come back big time. So that's why everybody needs to be ready.
People are ready to party. There's no doubt about that.
Damn right.
Speaking of which, of course, it's the topic of everybody's conversation today. Of those that are probably by the water cooler or the virtual water cooler, what'd you think about the old halftime show last night?
Well, you know what? I have to steal this quote. This is the first time you're ever going to hear me say this. Are you ready? I'm glad the weekend was over.
Fair enough.
I hate to burn up them. It was all right. I was scoring from that whole Super Bowl because I'm an Eagles fan. Yeah. And Andy Reid, he was the Eagles coach, and basically, he dropped the ball like he did with us. But the show itself, I'd rather see a really quick boob flash or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I was saying the same thing. Bring Janet back, please. Right. Hey, what's up, Dan? Thanks for checking in. Man. Well, I mean, it was I don't know. It was a pretty good game, I mean,
yeah. The game.
Go ahead.
The game was all right. Back to the halftime, because we're entertainers. I wasn't blown away. Were you?
I wasn't necessarily blown away, but if you think about the fact that, I mean, they cut back on the expenses of a lot of this stuff, you know, I mean, the commercials were subpar this year, even, you know what I mean? The commercials were subpar. It was just, let's just put it this way. You have to commend the NFL for being able to get through the season, being able to have the Super Bowl, being able to have people at the Super Bowl. I think all of that stuff went well. Dan said, I killed it. 2 parlay wins. There you go. I think that, everybody's talking about Tom Brady, and let's be honest. I mean, Tom Brady is definitely a GOAT, and he deserves all the accolades he gets. You can't take that away from him. But I think equally important was the game plan that the defensive coordinators that the Tampa Bay's defensive coordinators put together, because they shut those guys down. Tyreek Hill shut down. Kelsey, for the most part, shut down. I mean, even though Patrick Mahomes was injured, he was still pretty mobile, and he threw some passes in that game that you're like, how the hell did he ever get that ball out of his hands? And 2 of them hit the receiver right in the face mask that should have been caught, you know? And, I mean, he's flip-flopping all over the ground, and, you know, he's like halfway, you know, sideways and still chucking the ball sidearm and threw a dart right at the guy's helmet. So I'm sorry, man. I know this is an entertainment show, but, you know, football is entertaining. So I just thought it was a topic from last night that was worth at least spending a minute on.
Look, I was just, the game was better than the entertainment, and usually everybody looks forward to the entertainment, that being the presentation for halftime and the commercials. The only thing the commercial I like the best, the Paramount commercial. I thought
they had some good ones for sure. They were funny. It was great to see Beavis and Butthead on those.
Yeah, it was.
It was so cool. Hey, those of you guys that are watching, first of all, thank you very much for watching. Second of all, let us know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Tell us in the comments what you guys thought about the whole Super Bowl experience last night. Was it a thumbs up, thumbs down? What were your thoughts on it? What did you guys think about it?
Yeah, let's hear what they got to say. Look, while we're in the room, I just want to welcome a bunch of new folks. Keith comes from the Lehigh Valley. We go back about 30 years there. Also, my man Robert C. He's part of Wreck and Mix up in Boston. Another person I want to send a shout out to. So Danny S. He's in South Philly. Say hi, Dan. How are you?
Nice,
a bunch of people that have been joining. I think also Dennis. Dennis is a big supporter. He's got Music Jam down in South Jersey. We got Gabriel. I think Gabriel Minash was in there. He's one of the owners of Pro X Cases. So thank you all for coming out and saying hello.
You love the game. Let's see. Vince says Tampa Bay defense was the most valuable player. I just what I was saying. I agree with that totally. Andrew said it was okay. He loved the weekend. Okay, so there you go. You know, it's always that's the cool thing about entertainment. Some people love it, some people don't. It doesn't matter. All that matters is how it touches you. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah, shout out to Spinning Vince. That's one of my bandmates. We're gonna be jamming on the 11th. Maybe I'm gonna. I should give. Since we can play video now, I gotta give you a video of our band. We do a really cool version of Soul Sacrifice by Santana. So
nice.
I got that ready to go. Now that we can do video here, so
well, let's do a little recap of last week. We had Millie and Quad on here with us last week, and those guys are phenomenal dudes, man. Really, really cool people, man. And just so dedicated to what they're doing. I love seeing that.
Yeah, no, and it's one of the reasons, you know, I love to bring people on the show that love what they do. Right. You know, here's the biggest question, and I'll give away, you know, one of my big questions that probably is gone away from our questions list, but no, it's still on there. So why do you do this? You know, the who, what, when, where, and why of this. And when I would hire you, if you were to sit down with me and you were to never have seen me, or you wanted a job as a DJ or an entertainer, you know, I would say, well, why do you do this? You know what the number one answer on the board that would almost get you hired what you said? Do you remember what we talked about?
I would say because I love it, but I don't know if that's your number one answer. Hey, it is. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number one answer is on the board. That's exactly correct. Yeah. If you love this and you have the passion for this, that's it. I mean, if you don't love this, it turns into a job. because you're sitting there like, oh no, I got 15 more minutes left in my gig. Are you kidding me? I'd rather have the bank manager come over and say, this is the last song. You got 5, because I'm so deep into what I'm doing and having such a fun time with the crowd.
Right.
Time flies. Time flies.
There's nothing more than looking at your watch and being like, oh, wow, we're already almost done. Like, I need to hurry up here. Yeah, like you're right about that.
Look, the secret of life, pain and pleasure. They're the 2 biggest time machines. You want to slow down time, be in pain. You want to speed up time, pleasure. That's it. Enough said there. So anyway,
Vince
Vince
said it started out for the money. After 6 months, I was hooked. Yeah, I know. I understand that feeling.
Yeah, exactly. So look, we already talked to him about our contest. So hopefully, within the next, few weeks, somebody will hit us up. Andrew, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, or somebody else out there, please make us a nice theme song. Doesn't have to be that long, but we can loop it. And a logo, and you know what, Fiverr, that's a great idea. Fiverr, Fiverr,
Fiverr, yeah. And it doesn't have to be one person that does both. I mean, if your deal is more on the side of graphics and less on the side of making music, slam it, go for it, do it. We want something cool.
Okay.
As you can tell, obviously we're not very artistic because we have a friggin' microphone as our logo. I mean, could we be more basic than a microphone as our logo right now? Look, that's all right though, man. You know what that means? That means we can only do better. We can't do worse. Well, we probably could, but we can only do better. All right. So just real quickly before we move on to our guests and everything, I just want to do something real quick, guys. Number one, if you guys are on Instagram, please follow us at In the Queue Podcast. If you're on Instagram, please follow us. We will follow you back. And also at the bottom of the screen down there, right below Greggy G, you can see is on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can connect with either one of us or both of us at those handles. And, we love chatting with you guys. Thank you, Vince. Thank you for that. We love chatting with you guys, not just here, but offline too. It's fun just to get into one-on-one conversations with you guys. Gabe, I had a chance to talk to Gabe one-on-one, and I just love chatting with him anytime I can. And then also, if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channels, man. I know it sounds like I'm begging you to do all this stuff, but at the end of the day, all of that interaction, all that engagement really helps us continue to grow the show and get it in front of people that maybe didn't even know it existed. So that's the reason why we asked you guys to do it, and we appreciate you doing it.
Yeah. And by the way, you mentioned Gabe. Much love to Gabe, and thanks, Gabe. He's really turned into a great PR guy for the show. So I want to send a shout out to Gabe. And I think we're going to have him on in a couple of weeks. He's going to explain some things. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, fabulous.
All right, well, we got a rock and roller in the house tonight.
Yeah, we do.
I'm ready.
All right, you want me to read off his bio really quick since it's about a mile long? This guy's really awesome.
Yeah, you're probably better at reading a bio tonight than I am, so I'm gonna give you those honors.
All right. Let me show my age and pull out my glasses here. Even though I have it in 14 caps here. So tonight we are graced with Mr. Adam Pierson. All right, and he is a member of the Zeke Sky Band. Okay. Also, he has a Pink Floyd tribute band. And he's going to tell us all about this. So his tribute band, Think Pink Floyd USA. The Zeke Sky Band is the other band that we're going to be discussing tonight. So Adam is an established and well-rounded drummer, percussionist. Okay, he's been playing and performing for over 18 years. He's from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and he studied music at the Bucks County Community College and has achieved his bachelor's of music at Westchester University. Right on. During his time at Bucks County Community College and Westchester, he played in many jazz ensembles, jazz trios, and percussion ensembles. He also played for the Westchester University Orchestra, concert band, and marching band. Adam has been a member of 7 different bands. Wow. And has played many different styles of music, such as rock, jazz, folk, alternative, etc. This guy is a well-rounded musician. And this is really exciting. So he's currently playing with 2 local Philadelphia bands. He has had the privilege of studying with David Nelson of the Philadelphia Orchestra. Wow. and he has had the pleasure and the opportunity to study with Joe Morello. Whoa. He's recorded albums, demos, and other projects. He currently tours with the nationally acclaimed tribute band Think Pink Floyd. He has opened for Sebastian Bach of Skid Row. He is currently performing with the highly talented original band known as the Zeke Sky Band. They've been performing along the entire East Coast. They've performed with with national acts such as King's X. They also performed with national acts such as Tantric, Brian Quinn from Candlebox, Danny Bessel, Featherborn Foster Child, and Brian Brotnick from Octane. They were also offered to perform with Alex Skolnick from the national act Testament and Stu Ham. In October 2020, the Zeke Sky Band was featured in Rolling Stone India. They did a nice article on these guys, and it discusses the band entirely, all of their new music, their video, and their upcoming album that will be premiering in 2020. So you can check out the article. All you got to do is Google Rolling Stone, the Zeke Sky Band, ZekeSkyband, or www.rollingstoneindia.com. You can also find them, their media, www.thinkpinkfloyd.com, on YouTube, the Zeke Sky Band, the Zeke Sky Band Light the Sky, Think Pink Floyd USA, Facebook, the Zeke Sky Band, and Think Pink Floyd One Amazing Show. There's a lot going on with this guy.
That is a lot going on for sure, man.
I thought I had a lot going on. This guy's.
I know. Every time I think I'm busy, I run into somebody more busier than I am. That's pretty funny.
And it was cool. I mean, we were in the green room earlier checking out his stuff. And I got a few questions for him, because the one thing I like about this, look, a big percentage of who listens to us are DJs, but I wanted to keep it very eclectic and say we are entertainers. And this guy is an entertainer, just like the rest of us, but it's just an entertainer, on the flip side of things, and getting his opinion and getting, him to answer some questions and just hang out and chat with us is a privilege in itself. And I really want everybody to check this guy out, because, once you open your eyes to the different things that are out there, there's more than just one type of music.
Right.
And in his bio, it's amazing. The man has played rock, jazz, folk, alternative. And that's how you become a well-rounded musician.
Yeah, expose yourself to different stuff. Absolutely.
So, but yeah, this is the guy we're having on. So,
you know what? You want to drop one of the videos first before we bring him in?
Totally. Yeah, totally.
Let's hit him with a video first, and then we'll bring Adam in. So let me cue up a video here real quick for us. And we're probably, for legalities, guys, we're only going to be able to show a snippet of these videos, but you can definitely find them all on YouTube and check out the rest of the story as you were. So, all right, here's one. Let's bring this in right now. Wow, man, they're friggin' rocking.
Isn't that cool?
Dude, that is like some legit awesome like music to clean the house to, and just when you got to or work out to, man, when you got to rage, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude,
that's ridiculous. I love it.
One of the big things that I was really looking forward to investing in before all this crap happened was a rage room.
Yeah,
I would have a rage, and that would be the perfect perfect song or music, and to have this guy to be the theme for my rage room is somebody
like one of those smash rooms where you just beat the crap out of everything. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Exactly.
All right,
I'm working. I'm pissed. I listen to his stuff. So
let's get Adam in here with us, man. Hey, you guys drop in the comments. What'd you think about that? I mean, some people may not be rockers, and that's okay. We don't mind. But just what'd y'all think about that, man? I thought it rocked, man. I'm over here like, come on, give me more of it, man. It's good stuff. All right, you guys, we're bringing Adam in. Here he is. Adam, what's up, brother?
How you doing, fellas?
Man, killing it.
It's great to be on with you guys.
That was awesome, man. Hey, Jeff, I have to come right off the bat. I have a couple questions for you, and it's not even on our outline. They came to me because look, in music and as disc jockeys, or look in any realm of an entertainer, if you play music, you need to know what different classifications are. There's what they call R&B, there's rap, there's house, there's rock, there's heavy rock, there's metal, there's speed metal. What do you classify yourselves as? Are you metal or is it speed metal? What is that, Adam?
I would say it's more on the lines of progressive. It's metal, but progressive rock and or psychedelic as well. Drawing the lines with that as well. So yeah, it is definitely something different, I would say.
Yeah, no, look, it rocks, and especially once you come into that chorus, it was just like, whoa, hold up,
That was incredible. I think, like Vince said, pure adrenaline, exactly, pure adrenaline.
Well, that's what we're looking for. So
yeah.
Oh, dude, I mean, I don't even need to drink my Red Bull. I just listen to music.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. I could probably lose some weight and stop drinking all the energy drinks I drink that probably give me a ton of belly fat and just rage out to you guys instead.
Right.
Sure, of course, yeah.
That was really awesome. So bravo to you, brother. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You want to hit him with any questions there, Dave?
I'm curious. Maybe just I ask this all the time, just because it's always intriguing to me. In the DJ world, we all have these little DJ names that we come up with. What's the origin story behind the Zeke Sky Band? The name itself.
Well, you would have to ask my other band member on that one. I mean, for me, it's got a great ring to it. It's simple, to the point. And I think it's easy to remember as well.
Yeah.
But for the in-depth, you would have to ask my band member on that one.
Fair
he created
enough.
it.
We can do that.
Is he named Zeke? Who's Zeke?
Yeah, Zeke Sky. Correct.
Oh, all right. So he is.
Well, that's his name. Well, that makes more sense.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right. When you said psychedelic, I'm like, did Zeke have a trip? And he's like, Sky. Whoa. Speaking of psychedelic, tell us a little bit about that Pink Floyd tribute band, because that rocks, man.
I love this comment right here too. Sorry to cut you off real quick, Adam. I love this comment here. He said, "Used to work out in a white zombie. F it. Now I'm going to use this new tune." Sorry.
Sweet. Yeah, the Pink Floyd band. I got into that band in I want to say around 2014 or 15. I came in as a backup and then became the main drummer for the band, and then it took off from there, and we started playing around the East Coast, up from Virginia, West Virginia, Rhode Island, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, all everywhere. So
you toured the East Coast with these guys, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any of the members the same from the Zeke Sky Band and the Pink Floyd band, or is it just you? You have the
yeah, it's just me. It's just me. Yeah,
that's cool. No, that's really cool. I think you got the most eclectic. I mean, rock, jazz, folk, alternative.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I've done a lot of different music, played with a lot of different bands, and it's been a huge help when getting to, I don't know, understanding all these different genres only helps out when you're becoming if you're any type of musician, whether it's drums, guitar, DJing, whatever you have, whatever it is. So
it makes you whole. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious in our audience, Greg, how many Pink Floyd heads we have out there that really just like that Pink Floyd flavor and that style of music that just, it never gets old. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how long it's been around, it never gets old. Tyler said, saw him live at Hurricane Jack's. What a show. Look at that.
Nice, cool. We got some people out there that actually know. Nice, very good.
Yeah, man.
And especially with the Pink Floyd now, I've got about 4 or 5 friends, one especially Tommy, that is head over heels for Pink Floyd. And I'm gonna push him your way. So you should have about 4.
Sure.
Definitely, closer new fans, but yeah. When I saw what you did before the show, and I was going over the stuff, I was like, wow, I was really focusing on Zeke Sky, and I said, let me jump into the Floyd, and it blew me away, because I'm a Floyd. So great job, man.
Yeah, thanks so much,
man. Thanks to 11. Appreciate you checking in with us. All right, we got a quick question for you, Adam, and then Greg, sure. I've got a clip from the Pink Floyd tribute band that I'll share after this. So Vince is asking, this is to you, Adam, how long does it take you to set up your kit since you tour?
Yeah, that depends. I mean, over time, obviously, I've gotten better and better at it, gotten used to it. Yeah, it can take up to. Depends on with the Pink Floyd. There's more elements involved in the kit, like setting up the computer to run the backdrop that we have, okay. Setting up other percussion elements to the kit. So that's like, I would say, an hour or so. I mean, sometimes can take a little longer depending on what's going on and everything. So,
wow.
Yeah, I would say about an hour or so. Yeah.
Well, Vince is a fellow drummer, so I wanted to now. Here's a quick question related to that. Would you have somebody else set it up, or that's a no-no?
Yeah, that depends because I mean, if the guy knows what he's doing, if he's a drummer, a fellow drummer, then possibly. But again, for me, I like things to be I'm pretty particular about how it's set up. So I like it the way that I like it, and so I mean, I don't know. I think it's probably faster if I did it myself as of right now. But sure, if I ever became a national act, yeah, I would definitely have a drum tech with me.
Say I got the hook up and I got you guys to tour Europe, and we all went off, and it was guys, I'm gonna have my rap, my 90s rap group, and then my progressive metal guys. We're gonna tour Europe, gonna hit Amsterdam first, and then boom, right through the thing. You'd have a guy set it up, obviously, but you would come in there during the test, and see what all the other drummers boom, and then
of course, sound check and everything. Yeah,
that's you making sure that just like a guitar, you make sure you're comfortable with what happens, right?
Right. Of course, yeah, you got it.
All right.
I love that. Reed said you're the best drummer he's ever seen. So
thanks, Reed.
you got a serious fan in Reed, man. That's some serious accolades right there. Best ever.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna Greg, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this this little bit. It's a little bit of a documentary style video, if you will.
Yeah, it's like a promo video.
Yeah, about the Floyd tribute band. So enjoy this, guys.
Yeah, blow it up.
Think Pink Floyd is the East Coast-based Pink Floyd tribute band dedicated to keeping the Pink Floyd experience alive. This national touring Pink Floyd tribute band delivers a true replication of a Pink Floyd concert. This is a great band with a unique sound, extraordinary light, and a fabulous HD film show.
All right.
All right, so that's just a quick snippet of the video, which we can find that on YouTube, right, Adam?
That would be under, let me see here. Yeah, that's Think Pink Floyd USA on YouTube there. That's where you would find that video.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's a great video, guys. And there's probably another 7 or 8 minutes of that video if you guys want to check that out. We're just trying to be careful not to get pinched for showing the whole damn thing and get our show shut down. But yeah, no, I think that's a sweet video, man. And that's
they did a good job with that one. for
Yeah,
sure.
like I said, man, people who love Floyd just love Floyd, so that's super cool.
And even with the other video with the Zeke Sky Band, I got to plug the guy who did that. You can find him at All of You Cinema Photography, and also on Facebook, All of You Cinema and Photography. So he does really great work.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, was there another guy you wanted to plug for the pictures, or was this the guy you wanted to? Because
He did the pictures as well.
Great job.
Yeah. He's great guy. Great guy.
Yeah, those promo photos were dope, man.
Yeah, it turned out really well.
Yeah. Good job.
Well, we got another video we're going to show a little bit later on in the podcast here. We'll save that one for a little bit later.
Adam, since you were in the green room, you know the answer to this question. Why do you do this?
Yeah. Well, first of all, because I love it. Okay. Yes. The more in-depth answer would be,
Cool.
It's amazing, and I love seeing how the crowd reacts to what you're playing. In other words, like when I create a drum beat, right? Because I'm the drummer.
Right.
It's amazing when you see people like starting to dance or or seeing that they're happy, just from what you're putting out there to the fans. So it's an amazing feeling, and I don't really know anything else like it. You know.
That's so cool.
You're feeding off the energy, bro.
Exactly. It's a back and forth in my eyes.
Yeah, no, you're perfect.
And I think if you talk to most DJs, they're gonna kind of have a similar answer, which is feeding off the energy of the audience, seeing people, have a good time, taking them on a journey, if you will, with the music, just away from their mundane, crazy. Not everybody's life is mundane, but just their crazy everyday lives, and being able to kind of just take these however many hours they're with you and just kind of put all that stuff aside and get lost in the music and get lost in the energy of what you're giving them.
Yeah, exactly.
Explain to us your singles, like what your newest single and let us.
Yeah, so like this guy's a new single from the new album we're going to be having out. We're hoping to possibly have it out in May of 2021. But yeah, we'll see what happens with everything because of COVID, so we can't make marks on everything there. So yeah, and for touring as well, we're hoping to tour. I hope to tour that we'll be touring like maybe in the summertime, but we'll have to see with all the restrictions and everything with COVID.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Yeah. And that led into the next question too, was when can we see you live again? So it's really things on standby until the whole COVID thing. Okay.
Yeah. So we're hoping, I mean, if you can check us out at Zeke Sky Official on Instagram for info and news on that.
Okay.
And also on Facebook as well.
Excellent.
So yeah.
All right, cool.
Adam, how did the Rolling Stone cover in India? How did that come about versus obviously America or any other country? What was the deal with India in that?
Yeah, so like I guess I guess it was through social media, and I believe they saw our newest video and then wanted to reach out and have an article in the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone India. Yeah, so that's kind of how that came about, as far as I know.
All right, so you're telling us the power of social media really works.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Right. Look,
for sure.
Learning experience right there for everybody that listens to this show or is listening to it. That social media, look, you stay persistent. You post your stuff, it'll work. So God bless. That was
right.
Great. All right, cool. What software do you use? Do you use any kind of software? You mentioned a drum kit. Is there software that goes along with that drum kit?
Yeah. Within my own kit right now, no. But but I mean, if I'm talking about teaching, I mean, I've been using Mac computers and iPhones. I mean, they've been working well for me, at least. And all the applications that you can download on them have been pretty smooth. Okay, so like, if I'm teaching a student, I don't want any type of glitching going on or whatnot, because then you're asking like, okay, wait a minute, did he play that right or not? Or so that can become a problem when you're teaching.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's why I kind of endorse that, because they've been pretty good so far. And but then again, somebody else might have a different view on that, you know. But that's my experience with it. So yeah,
a lot of your teaching is obviously probably virtual right now as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have some. I'm teaching in person at times, but with all the protocols and everything, you know. But yeah, a lot of it's virtual as well, and yeah, that's where I found myself at with what avenues I'm using to teach.
Okay.
Yeah,
Greg, I got a few questions from the audience here real quick. I know you probably have a couple more, but I want to make sure we get these covered. So Vince says, do you write any songs since you're a music major?
yeah, I've dabbled with that here and there, but most of my writing recently really has been just really drumming and or sometimes I'll come in with certain vocal lines maybe or actually like give my suggestions with harmonies and whatnot within the vocal lines, and you know we kind of feed off each other with that too in the studio and whatnot.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm mostly writing rhythm and percussion and drum music to be frank. Yeah.
All right. And Official GPS Productions ask, analog or V drums?
Yeah, so I have a good question. I have V drums from Roland. I got if you want to be specific, I have the TD 17KV series. They've been pretty great. I've gigged with them before, and they're pretty reliable. Very easy to use. And one of the best features about them are they have the mesh heads on the drum heads. They're mesh, so it's almost like playing the real thing or an acoustic kit, you know. So that's been pretty wild, and it's been pretty cool to use them. They're very comfortable.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Any others out there, Dave?
That's all I got right now. But guys, y'all that are watching, feel free to keep dropping your questions for Adam. We'll get those answered for you. And just a quick reminder, we kind of have it scrolling across the bottom of the screen, but just a reminder, if you guys want to have updates on things going on in the show and future guest announcements and things like that, feel free to text us your name over to the number scrolling across the screen. I'll also throw this QR code up at the top corner here where you guys can do that as well. And I promise you guys, we won't spam you to death, but if you want to be updated with what's going on the show, we do use this to reach out to you guys. So feel free to text us in your name so we can get you guys on that list.
And it's funny, you know, you guys went over some of your equipment that because that was one of the questions, and then you answered the Mac PC question. So you're a big heavy on the Mac and your iPhone, so that's great. So now that we got those, you know, out of the way, who are your influences?
Oh, my influences. Okay. Good question. Well, I gotta say John Bonham, of course.
Yeah.
The big guy. Also, I was a big fan of David Silveria from Korn.
Ooh, okay.
That's one of the first guys I really like studied and, you know, took time to look into how he's playing, what is he playing, his technique and everything. Another guy like that is Jojo Mayer, who's an amazing drummer. He deals with electronica music.
Okay.
And he's like, in my opinion, his playing is like if you're listening to a MIDI track of drums or you know the drums that are in the inputs of the recording engineers, and he's amazing. He's amazing. So he's spot on. He also teaches as well. He's got his own books out and everything. So yeah, Mitch Mitchell from the Jimi Hendrix Experience. I loved his playing, man. He's so free and wild when he plays, but I loved it, man. I learned a lot from him. Of course, Joe Morello, who I had a lesson with, and he taught me what to do and what not to do. And yeah, he was great as well. Buddy Rich, you got to put him in there, I guess. The legend. And Carter Buford, I would say, from Dave Matthews Band. Danny Carey from Tool.
Ooh.
I would say Mike Portnoy. I mean, there's a ton of guys, man, that I'm into.
Now,
of course.
You're mentoring so many great guys, but I know I know so many drummers. Matter of fact, Vince.
Yeah.
And the one name that comes up and up and up you haven't mentioned yet. And regard, everybody's like Neil Peart. Personally,
Oh yes.
I mean, as I'm not a drummer, so I do not know. As a Rush guy, I'm like, they're cool, But when you said John Bonham, that you hit the nail for me. I love Bonzo. That's the
Right.
man there. Oh my God! But you've got some really fabulous influences there, bro. So,
Yeah, man. Yeah, and Neil Peart, yes, he's definitely one as well, for sure.
all right,
Big time.
Dave.
Quick question from the audience here. Vince asks, do you use different sticks from band to band?
For the bands that I'm in right now, I would say no, but they're two rock bands, but yeah, I would use different sticks if I'm playing something lighter. If I ever was doing jazz, I would be using different sticks for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, a type of jazz stick, maybe from Vic Firth or ProMark. Those are the two type of brands that I use usually. So yeah, Terry Bozzio, yeah, of course.
Now, with that question, here's a question that I've seen when I go to these concerts. Do you have them A, branded, and B, if they're branded and they say the band that you're playing on, do you, when you have those killer crowds, do you throw your sticks out to the people, or
Yeah, good question, man. Yeah, it depends on the energy of the crowd and what's going on at the time. But yeah, if I have some sticks that are, because I buy multiple sticks and have them set up, so if I lose anything, I'm right there to grab them and play and continue playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. I've done that before. I've also, after the show, kids want to come up and meet you and whatnot. I've signed them and give them sticks as well, which is great because I feel like that's a step in the direction of, hey, maybe they can do this too if they want to do this and whatnot, and it gives them a little bit of a push and
great.
Yeah.
And increases your
it's always nice when kids can look up to people and just realize that even though you're up there doing something that they'd probably love to be doing, at the end of the day you're a human being just like they are.
Yeah,
and
of course.
At some point in time in your life you were where they are, and look what happened for you.
Right.
And I think, speaking from that standpoint, talk a little bit about, like, for example, you mentioned the Roland kit now, like that's probably not what you'd recommend somebody to start off with, I'm assuming. Is there maybe like a go-to where you're like, hey, if you really want to learn drums, here's maybe where you want to start at?
Yeah. There's so much. There's some Gretsch kits. There's you have there's some other kits too. Gretsch, you have Tama, any of these types of companies.
Yeah. How about Pearl? Pearl was another one I see out there. Is that a good starter kit? I don't know anything from drums.
What kit did you say? Sorry.
Pearl? P-E-R-L?
Pearl, yeah, Pearl's a good one. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And for kids, yeah, you would obviously want to get the junior kit because that's going to fit them better as well. You get them an adult size kit, it's going to be hard to reach and for the drums or the cymbals or whatnot, so I recommend that for starters, especially for kids, obviously. But yeah, those are great kits to start out at, and like you can also get used kits too.
Okay.
You can always look them up for sure online and at stores and whatnot.
Especially right now, people are probably looking to offload that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. All right. That's fabulous. Look, we know your main instrument's the drum. Do you play anything else other than the drum?
Yeah, I dabble with piano a bit. In school, we were taught to play piano as well. You'd have to play a little bit of that. And that only, I find what I like to do is to actually learn like either a different instrument melodically or harmonically, and or start to learn a little bit of what your bandmates are playing and what they're doing, because that only gets you closer to like how they are on stage and so on. And it's just a better interaction with the entire band, I think. Now, no one has to do this, but this is what I tried to do in my career, and it's kind of helped out a lot.
What a great answer. That is a fabulous answer. As a matter of fact, look, I grew up watching the videos of the 80s and 90s, and a big people that follow exactly what you said. Van Halen. If you watch Van Halen, what they do, they're the same way. They're learning back and forth. So with that said, obviously, then you know how to read and write music.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I was taught to do that. Quick story: when I was real young, just starting out, I didn't know how to read music or anything, and I found myself, and I was playing, even if I didn't know how to read music, I was still playing, but I found myself being limited to where I could go with that. You know, I could only go this far. So then I decided, hey, I'm pretty serious about all this. I want to try to take some lessons and learn how to read, and I did. And then you just get a ton of more ideas, obviously, and it just heightens your creativity as well as a musician.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
Dave, go ahead. Hit him with one.
Yeah, sorry, I'm over here. In the meantime, I'm actually running a behind the scenes on Instagram at the same time.
Nice.
So sorry, I'm trying to say what's up to those people over there at the same time. No, I think something that's always interesting to me is thinking about. There's like 3 phases, I think, to everything we do: where we've been, where we are, and where we're going to. In your mind, Adam, where do you see yourself going to in this career 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Like what's primo for you?
Yeah. I see myself excelling with my business that I want to run. And it's going to be called Pierson Percussion. Okay. And you'll be able to find that soon enough through Instagram, all the avenues, Instagram, Facebook, at Pierson Percussion. So that's one thing. And I want to try to accumulate tons of students within the U.S. and also even around other countries. And
Sure.
I know, like, in today's world, it's showing that, yeah, you can get a lot more students and more work now doing things virtually, obviously. But yeah, so that's one thing that I would love to excel at.
Yeah.
Also, touring. I want to be able to tour more with more national acts, tour the country, tour other countries, and also hopefully one day become a headliner. So that's kind of where I see myself. Hopefully, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right. Look, you've said it. I've heard the word teaching and education come out of your mouth at least 10 times since this interview. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
No, you're right.
That's literally the theme of what we're trying to do: education for entertainers. And I am just flabbergasted and by you and amazed. So that really leads me into the next question. Look, with COVID, with the quarantine of the state of times that we're in, whatever, these are hard times that we're in, blah, 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 blah. With all that being said, what are you doing? And obviously education and teaching is one of them, but as a side hustle, because with all of our clubs shut down, all of our gigs shut down, we're all looking to do different things. I mean, I know one guy is one of the greatest club DJs in the world, but he also is making houses too. So when he can't, make his money on the weekends, he's out, building houses or redoing things. I got another guy, he's cooking, and he's out there doing special, things because they love that too. So what are your side hustles besides the education and teaching?
Yeah. So, I mean, for one thing, it's putting in a lot more time practicing, for one.
Good.
I mean, that's a big one for me. I said to myself, hey, it really sucks right now with everything shut down and you can't play out live right now. And it's been horrible, but I said to myself, hey, well, this is just an excuse now or it's not an excuse, but it's now an opportunity for you to now practice a lot more that you have the time now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's one thing. I mean, on the lines of virtual teaching, I'm trying to do that more and more now too, because I have the time to do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say cooking too. I try to cook more as well. Yeah. And honestly, another thing is, now that I just thought about it, is staying active, working out, trying to be healthy. That's a big one too.
Okay.
It's important for me because I'm When you're a drummer, man, you're moving a lot when you're playing shows and whatnot. And
basically, you're keeping yourself busy. In other words,
yeah, of course.
And the education, you're educating. Not only you're educating others, you're educating yourself.
Yes, for sure.
And that's, look, one of our guests. He's probably hanging out right now. Jeff Rush. He is a trance artist, and this man, just got signed, but he learned Ableton because of this quarantine. So he's putting, and once again, the question was, what are your side hustles, or what are you doing to make money? And your perfect answer was, you're educating yourself. You're making an investment into yourself, into your company, into your skill that is only going to pay off tenfold into the future. And the question that Dave asked you, where you see yourself in 5-10 years, this is just helping you, man. This is really, and it's all great stuff, man. So
thank you. Thank you.
Well, I love the workout piece too, man, because it's easy when you're not busy and things are, you're not working your normal schedule, and you're able to be a little bit lackadaisical and things like that. It's real easy to let go of yourself from a physical standpoint, and we all know, whether you're a DJ, whether you're a drummer, we all have equipment that we use, we all have things that we use to perform our art. But at the end of the day, our bodies and our minds and our hearts are the most important pieces of equipment that we have. And so it's so important to make sure to keep those just as healthy and just as up to par as the physical equipment that we use to do our jobs with.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that for sure.
So important, and it's so good to hear that you take care of yourself too.
I try my best.
Hey. Greg, I'm gonna jump into a couple more questions here for Adam. And by the way, guys, thank you for checking in with all these questions for Adam. It's always nice to have you guys involved in the conversation, and it's good to hear what you guys want to hear. Me and Greg come up with some questions that we think are great for our the folks that join our show, but we love to hear what you guys want to ask too. So we appreciate y'all's participation. Andrew said, what do you think about drum machines? I think earlier in the conversation we were talking about different options for drums.
Great question.
Yeah, drum machines. That's a good question. I haven't gotten involved too much with drum machines yet. Before COVID, I was looking to get some type of drum device to add on to my kit for the Pink Floyd, obviously, because there's tons of sound effects that you can use. But I mean, Roland. What are some other companies? Is it Asus?
Yeah, or Asus or something like that.
Yeah. So those are pretty good as well.
Okay.
Maybe Yamaha.
Okay.
I believe, any of the big tech.
Akai. I think Akai is another one out there.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So I would look into those for sure. But a specific machine, I'm not too quite sure yet, because I would have to look at them myself to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you kind of hit on this. Do you offer lessons? But maybe just, I think that was kind of along the lines of the upcoming Pierson productions, right? Yeah.
So yes, I offer lessons. But on the lines of my own private lessons here. That's going to probably go through Pierson Percussion, and that's just began. That's just started. So we'll have to wait and see what comes up. What more I can do with that, and I hope to have that striving soon enough.
Yep. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna be,
stay tuned.
That's gonna be hot. That's gonna be hot. There's a couple other comments here from everybody reminding us to practice. You can never get too much practice.
Yes, true.
All right. Any other questions out there, peoples?
Yeah, let's just see if our viewing audience has any other questions for Adam. And I know our friends on Facebook is usually a little bit of a delay, so we'll give them a little extra couple seconds to drop any further questions they have. But in the meantime, while we see if anybody does have any questions, I just want to thank you, Adam, for joining us tonight, man. This is super cool. I always love being able to talk to artistic people and learn more about them and what makes them tick and makes them function. So you've definitely shared some insight with us tonight, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. It's been great to be on the show, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you for helping us just complete the circle with the eclectiveness that we're trying to create here. And man, it was just, we both learn a lot just from this and from others, and then the networking that's involved in all of this. I'll be glad to see you in 5 years and hopefully go on tour with your follow your party with you guys.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
me and Greg would be like, hey, he was on our show one time.
Right.
I'll give you guys VIP. Don't worry. All right.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Thank you. That's awesome. Good stuff. All right, Greg. Well, I think we got all of our questions out. Vince did say he could go all night long. We might have to connect Vince with Adam here and get a little one-on-one with them maybe one day. Oh, we did have one come through. So Ruth asked, and that's why I wanted to wait on Facebook, because sometimes it takes a second for them to hear us. What's the most important rudiment to practice on the drums?
Most important rudiment. Oh, that's tough. Oh man, the most important rudiment. I mean, there's so many that are important. I mean, I'd say a couple. Your single stroke roll, maybe. Yeah, the paradiddle's pretty common.
You got paradiddle.
The flam, double stroke roll. Like these are pretty basic and very common rudiments to learn when you're beginning, at least. But there's so much. There's a ton. So
I really honestly thought you hit like the foreign language button on your microphone for a second there, because everything you just said went right over my head.
Well,
right over my head.
I'm sure. Well,
I've heard it before. I've heard that before. Now, here's something that's cool, and you probably can do this, and I hate to put you on the spot. Vince knows what a paradiddle is. You know what it is. Can you bang it out really quick on an object, like so we can tell what a paradiddle is?
A paradiddle, I have it on my table here, but
yeah, go ahead.
Or maybe on my chest, maybe, so you can see.
It doesn't matter. We can hear it.
Yeah. So it just sounds like. Yeah. So that's one speed to another speed there.
That's
and,
great.
And all you're doing is right, left, right, left, right, left.
Oh, excellent!
Wow.
Yeah. Just to give you an aspect on that. So yeah,
that was cool. The speed of sound traveled a lot faster than the speed of sight in that one.
Yeah.
That was cool, though.
True. Yeah.
Teacher, man, the way you just explained that, and can you, can you put into the private chat here, and we'll put it up in the room for you, definitely how they can get in touch with you to get lessons, please. Anybody, they can do them virtually, or they can do them, slowly on the East Coast, but really the virtual, just from what you showed right there. I just, you just blew me away. So
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
Is it, they just search Adam Pierson? Will that work at Adam Pierson?
To reach me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find me, I guess, because I have the page up for Pierson Percussion.
Okay.
Let's see if you can find me there.
Okay, Pierson Percussion.
But you can DM me at Adam Pierson on Facebook for sure.
Perfect.
And
we'll add the link, Greg, to the show notes. We'll add the link to the website on the show notes. No problem.
And also at Pierson Percussion on Instagram.
Fabulous. Nice. Yeah. I wanted to make sure everybody that's listening now live and anybody that's listening into the future really gets to hook up with you, because I think you're amazing.
Thank you.
I really do. That's awesome.
Well, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
Greg, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to a few people who help us keep our wits about ourselves and keep this show going. So a quick shout out to Request Now, Poddex, Glowtronics, and ProMobileDJ.com, and Name Entertainers. Thank all of you guys for and PV. How could I forget PV? Jesus, sorry about that. And PV, thank you for wearing that hat, man. You know why I didn't have PV in my show notes here, so I apologize. But seriously, all of you guys in one way or another contribute to helping us bring this show and make this show happen. So we thank each one of you for all of that, and our viewers. Most importantly, we thank you guys for tuning in every week. It feels like the viewership keeps getting bigger. The word keeps getting, spread about the show. And so we can't thank you guys enough for doing that. I know there's some diehard people that have been here since the first episode we did. And we can't tell you guys how much we appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And please hit us up. You have our information on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. You know how to get in touch with us. If you want to be on the show, if you have questions or topics that you want covered on the show, please let us know. I mean, this is for you That's why we do this education. Okay.
Yep.
So please let us know.
So real quick, let's maybe talk about who's going to be on the show next week with us, and then we'll wrap things up with one more video from the Zeke Sky Band.
Not problem. I think on the books we got Rob Peters from Rob Peters Entertainment. He's speaking of side hustles and something that's really cool. Bubble music parties.
Yep.
He's going to be discussing that. Isn't that something that the late great Raymar used to do as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Raymar was well known for doing bubble parties all over Arizona for sure.
Love you, Ray. God rest your soul. Anyway, also Rob Schwartz, the owner of Who Magazine, if I'm not mistaken, and we could thank our PR guy, Mr. Gabriel Schwartz, who will be following the week after that. So yeah,
Nice.
We got 2 guests next week. Rob,
So we got some good people coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We got some good people coming up.
Yep.
All right, well let's wrap it up with one more video from the good old Zeke Sky Band. Adam, once again, thank you for joining us tonight. Big pleasure having you on, and we'll go ahead and close the show out with this video.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
All right, you guys. So there is the Zeke Sky Band. You can see Adam in the back there playing drums. Man, that's sweet. That's so cool.
That is cool. Great job, man. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adam, for joining in. Hopefully, we'll have you, in the future.
Yeah, man. That would be great, man. You guys are awesome.
Things
brother, we'd love to have you back. Thank you.
We'll get the whole band in one room. And we'll
Sure, man. That would be awesome, dude. I would like that.
All right, cool.
All right, you guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you very much. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Join us on In the Cube podcast every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.